Hey yo everybody, welcome back to another guide brought to you by your friend Lestian. Today we're diving into the latest three-man menace to hit the battlefield, Shelby. Grab your snacks, sit tight and let's jump straight into it. Shelby is a three-man range tank sentinel unit, mainly focused on counter mechanics and hull siphon damage. She has very low attack and very high HP. And yeah, at first that sounds weird, but it starts making a lot more sense once you understand how her combo works. At first glance, this unit is meant to help you regain control of the field and start chaining Hell Typhoon combos. But to really understand her, let's break down her abilities. Abilities. Ability 1. On attack, transform the enemy into Tech Residue with 70 HP at max level. This is where everything starts, transforming enemies. This is a very well-known mechanic used to stop annoying units like Selena, high HP models, or units that keeps reviving like Vespina, Soy and Chloe, or Omega for example. But it doesn't stop there. To understand why, let's look at the Tech Residue ability. End of turn or undead grants the enemy Shelby the ability Ally Hell Siphon Trigger deals 140 damage at max level to the enemy commander. And this is where the real menace begins. Tech residues have very low HP, so realistically they won't survive even a turn most of the time. Even though their HP scales with level, it only reaches 70 HP at max. So yeah, still paper. So don't worry too much about the scaling of this value. Because of that, you'll mostly rely on the undead trigger to stack this effect. That means you want more ways to transform enemies and you want multiple Hell Siphon units to really see big damage numbers. Now, why is this damage so strong? Because as we already know, it bypasses resistance, shields and block. And right now, commander resistance is being used a lot, especially after Elaine came out, so having Shelby in your roster becomes very valuable. Fun fact, Shelby's first ability counters Ravenna, cause Shelby's transform triggers first. Same will happen when she hits Morana without her invulnerability. Shelby will transform her before she sets her HP to 1. Ability 2. Any transform trigger gets multi-attack. At first this looks like just a complementary skill, and yeah, it is. But it's way better than it seems. When Shelby transforms a unit, she gains multi-attack, but here's the fun part. This also triggers from enemy transforms. Even though Shelby starts with low attack, she can stack multiple attacks constantly. And since we have plenty of ways to buff attack, her low base stat won't be a real issue. Ability 3. Before enemy attack, Siphons 333 HP at max level from them. This ability gives Shelby a ton of survivability, and since it triggers during the enemy's turn, there are very few ways to counter it. On top of that, it also helps trigger her model damage through Health Siphon interactions. This ability reaches its max value at Reborn 6, but Reborn 5 is already more than enough for competitive play, since Shelby is a mainly utility unit. Outfit ability accuracy. Hit elusive and cannot be blind. At first, this might sound like an ability you'll want to skip, but for Shelby, this is actually massive. She needs to land attacks to start her combo, so this basically removes two of her natural counters, elusive and blind units. Combos. About best commanders for Shelby, I don't believe there is actually a perfect fit commander for her yet. But the one that gets really close to it right now will be Elaine, then Krysa, Morgan, and Cyrex. Elaine will be the best commander for her right now. She gives Shelby a lot of survivability if placed behind the monolith. Her transform ability also triggers Shelby's multi-attack for every enemy transform, and her third skill helps trigger Shelby's model damage. On top of that, Shelby helps Elaine comps deal with annoying units like Selena and even enemy Elaine models if you get lucky. Krysa gives 3 units Health Siphon with her first skill. And if you combine that with Solly Android, you get 3 more. A very useful mechanic if you don't want to use many Health Siphon units. Her second and third ability also trigger Shelby's model damage. This synergy can delete your opponent very fast, so don't underestimate it. Morgan. After her rebalance, Morgan became much more viable. She works really well with ranged units, giving Shelby shields for protection, and since Shelby stacks multi-attack, you'll deal massive damage to both enemy units and the commander. And surprise, surprise, Cyrex Poison plus Hellsiphon damage is back. We haven't seen Cyrex in a while, but Shelby brings her back into relevance. Cyrex has AoE Transform, which helps Shelby stack multi-attack quickly and become a real problem. Then we have other small synergies with some commanders. Hunter, although not many people use her still, Shelby also works really well with her thanks to her multi-attack potential. And Roxy just because of her transformation ability. You could say, why Ophidia no then? Well, Ophidia has more synergy with Poison, Stun and Healing rather than Health Siphon. I mean, it still works in a Poison comp, but unless you're really used to her mechanics, it will confuse you more than benefits you. So be very careful if you choose her. About units, we have Health Siphon units, being Lyssa, Nymeria, and Naomi the best ones. You can also use Amy or Lorraine if you don't have the first ones yet. Lyssa gets multi-attack for each Health Siphon trigger. With Shelby, you basically get 2 machine guns on the field. Nymeria, the Health Siphon Queen. She triggers it constantly and deals huge damage. Naomi, even after nerfs, her damage is still a threat, especially with her outfit. Then we have transformed units, being Ravenna or Beck the only ones besides Shelby, for now at least. Ravenna brings a lot of extra utility, so she's the preferred pick. Beck. You can use him if you don't have any better options. Useful, but not meta. Then we have attack boost units, since Shelby needs attack to fully benefit from multi-attack. Rose. She will be the best option since every attack Shelby makes she will earn more and more attack. Same way as Natasha plus Rose combo worked. Kitty will be the second best option, cause she brings so much utility to the field. Salma will also work if you're already using her as counter in your comp. Or Kaya, but only and only if you're running Shelby into a healing comp. Cleans defender units. As we know, Shelby doesn't have a way to protect herself, so you'll need to add some extra units to keep her safe long enough to start her combo. Bonita, she will add resistance to your Shelby to keep her alive from enemy attacks and damage abilities, plus healing your resistant allies and keeps your opponents blind. Thora, cause she adds healing and cleans to your units around. Yumiko, she's been a good option against the new Commander Poison ability, so she will always be good to have. Cinta, she will restore all the health to your units, and honestly, since Shelby has so much health, recovering all her health will be frustrating for your opponent. Besides, it will help against stun counter mechanics against your Shelby. And yeah, sure, you can add Carbon to the list if you still use him. Shelby earns too much health, so it can deal a considerable damage with the usual combo. Counters, configuration abilities. Any unit that can set Shelby's HP to a fixed value is a threat. Obviously, Lola is the main menace. She is the ranged counter by excellence and makes all of Shelby high HP worthless, so be very careful against her. Same will happen with Alexa Dogs or Morana. It requires one extra turn with Morana, but she can set Shelby's HP to 1 after Shelby attacks her. Belle with outfit on. Shelby has really low attack, so it will be really easy to decrease her attack to 0. So when Belle's outfit ability triggers, she can instantly kill Shelby. Wendy also with outfit on. She takes longer but stacks poison damage over time. Each turn Shelby loses 50% HP and eventually she becomes so low that anything can finish her. Ironically, transform abilities too. They are especially dangerous since they can transform Shelby and completely disables her. And obviously suppression units will also do the job. Attack reduction or stun units. For obvious reasons, if she has no attack or is unable to attack, multi-attack won't matter and she can transform enemies. High damage ability units like Vespina will also do the job before she gets transformed. About androids, we will have as the best combination Marion, Ruby and Sally. Marion because of her combo with high health units, Ruby to add extra attack, and Sally to add 3 extra units that can possibly have Health Siphon thanks to her steams. Relationship stats. A GM League at level 20, we can see Shelby will get an extra 28 attack and 336 HP. From level 21 to 30, we can see only ability 3 improves, which makes sense since more commander damage would have been too much. At level 30, she will earn plus 42 extra health siphon damage to enemy units before the attack, making a total of 375 health siphon value at Reborn 7. Remember, this ability triggers constantly, so this amount is more than enough. Any level you gain will be very useful to increase Shelby's health, so just keep leveling her steadily. Now let's see some comps. Elaine comp. Shelby, Alicia, and Nimeria as core, Selena for damage on models and melee units, Tora and Sky for sustain, Rose, Kitty or Gaia for attack boost, and one unit of your preference. In this case, I choose Vespina just because I'm against a lot of Elaines. Cyrex comp. Shelby, Alicia, Gaia, Cinta, Ravenna, Rose, Wendy, and Nimeria will do the job. As for Krysa comp, we will have Shelby, Alicia, and Nymeria for whole Siphon damage, Kitty this time for attack boost, Tora for cleanse Vespina, Selena for damage, and Wendy for poison and healing. And just if you want to try an Ophidia comp that is again very complicated to pull off, you can try Omega and Pixie for stun, Wendy, Nymeria and Ravenna for poison damage, Alicia and Shelby for Health Siphon, and Cynthia for cleanse. You can also try Morana instead of Wendy, or Kaya or Rose. It's really versatile. And that's it for today's video. If you play Shelby right, she doesn't just win games, she makes your opponent question their life choices. So go ahead, try these comps, test the combos, and let me know in the comments how hard you're bullying people with Health Siphon. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel grow and keeps the guides coming. Thanks for watching. Bye!